Clark Gable, Hollywood's ultimate ladies' man, was haunted by his greatest loss and blamed himself for the tragic end of his life. Discover the shocking secrets behind Gable's guilt, heartache, and how a Nazi bounty turned his story into one of Hollywood's darkest tales. Gable, who captured millions of hearts on a screen, couldn't escape his own guilt after the tragic death of his wife, Carole Lombard. The untold truths of his personal life, his mysterious death, and the scandals that followed will leave you stunned. Years after the tragic death of his beloved wife, Carole Lombard, Clark Gable remained a haunted man. He had been encouraged by Lombard to enlist in World War II, and after her death, Gable saw the war as a way to escape his overwhelming grief and perhaps seek redemption. The man who had captivated Hollywood's brightest stars was now seeking a more dangerous role, fighting for his country. When Gable joined the United States Air Force, he took on high-risk missions. But Gable's bravery didn't go unnoticed by the enemy. In a bizarre twist, Adolf Hitler, a fan of the Hollywood star, placed the bounty on Gable's safe capture, offering a reward for anyone who could bring him to the Axis power unharmed. Despite the threat, Gable flew 5 missions and emerged unharmed. He returned home a hero, awarded multiple honors for his service. But his personal battles were far from over. Back in Hollywood, Gable rekindled an old romance with actress Virginia Gray. After years of on-again, off-again flings, many believed she would be his next wife. But in true Gable fashion, the story took an unexpected turn. In 1949, Gable shocked everyone by suddenly marrying Lady Sylvia Ashley. Gray was left heartbroken, and Gable's whirlwind romance with Ashley quickly spiraled into a disaster. The couple lifestyles clashed. Ashley loved lavish Hollywood parties, while Gable preferred quiet nights and outdoor adventures. Their incompatibility became glaring, and within a year, Gable demanded a divorce. Gable's failed marriage mirrored his growing frustration with Hollywood itself. After the success of Gone with the Wind, the studio struggled to find roles that matched his star power, leading to a series of underwhelming projects. But the breaking point came during the filming of Mogambo in Africa. Gable's clashes with director John Ford, illness, and tension on set made the experience miserable. Yet amid the chaos, he found solace in a scandalous affair with his co-star Grace Kelly. To know the details of this scandalous affair, watch my other video on Grace Kelly's biography. However, it wasn't the passionate fling with Kelly that defined Gable's later years, but rather his reconnection with an old flame. In 1954, Gable reunited with Kay Williams, a former actress and recent divorcee. Unlike his previous relationships, this one felt different. The couple married quietly in Nevada. And despite the ups and downs of Gable's life, Williams provided a stability he hadn't known since Lombard. She soon became pregnant, and though she tragically lost their first child, their bond remained strong. In 1960, Gable began filming what would become his final movie, The Misfits, alongside Marilyn Monroe. The production was plagued by difficulties, Monroe's personal struggles, and Montgomery Clift's failing health added to the strain of shooting in the blistering Nevada desert. Despite his own age and health issues, Gable insisted on doing many of his own stunts. 2 days after filming wrapped, Gable suffered a heart attack. Initially, doctors were hopeful about his recovery, but a second heart attack struck just days later, and at the age of 59, Gable passed away, leaving behind a pregnant wife. His only son, John Clark, was born in March of 1961, months after Gable's death, a son he never got to meet. In a tragic postscript to Gable's life, rumors swirled about what had led to his untimely passing. Some tabloids cruelly blamed Monroe, suggesting the stress of working with her had contributed to his heart attack. But the truth was far more complicated. Gable had always been a hard-living man. His smoking, drinking, and insistence on pushing his body had caught up with him. Anyway, The Misfits was the last movie for both Gable and Monroe. Even after his death, scandal followed him. It was revealed that years earlier, Gable had fathered a child with actress Loretta Young, a child the public had never known about. The story grew darker when decades later it was alleged that the conception had not been consensual, casting a long shadow over Gable's legacy. In the end, Clark Gable's life was marked by triumph and tragedy. No matter how high his star rose, he could never outrun the pain and regrets that haunted him. Gable's legacy endures, but so does the reminder that even the greatest icons are not immune to the struggles of the human heart.